Hello, this is Mr. Hornsby 83 with another edition of Mr. Hornsby 83 Roundtable Discussion here with JC. And we did this to set up for the video that we have, that we're getting ready to talk about. What is the better fighting sport? MMA / UFC, Bellator, blah 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 blah. Or the original fighting sport, the sport of sports, boxing. Sport of champions as well, because we got like a ton of champions in boxing. He will be representing the MMA world. I will be representing the boxing world because I'm old school and you know.
I'm no school.
I'll let you get some of your points across about boxing first, or MMA.
MMA. I don't know none of your guys.
No,
Besides Pacquiao, that's the only guys you guys got going great for your business.
Well,
MMA.
We got more than Pacquiao.
Well, we got more than just one guy.
You mean one woman? Because, you know, I think,
let's see, we still got Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
We still got the Diaz brothers. Oh, we still got Conor McGregor.
Yeah, well, guess who we got? We got the Klitschko brothers. We got
even some
Floyd
of your
Money Mayweather. We got, even though I don't like him, Deontay Wilder. We got...
You guys got those, but can they actually go toe-to-toe with somebody in the MMA?
Yeah, they could. Because, one, they got more endurance. They can go 12 rounds.
Yeah.
An MMA fighter can only go, what, 3?
Plus, we go ground and pound. We go freaking submissions. We do all types of stuff. Plus, they got black belts in half their karate stuff. Or whatever you want to go by.
And these guys are prize fighters of a great sport called bare-knuckle fighting. That, you know...
We had Kimbo Slice that was a bare-knuckle brawler.
Yeah, look what happened with him. And that's the problem with the MMA world. You guys take guys off the street, or take guys
But guys in MMA only last a few, probably 10 years tops, 15.
Or,
if they're lucky, because MMA takes a lot of pounding.
Or guys from the WWE, like, let's see, who they trying to make a draw right now? A guy that's never fought in a freaking octagon ever.
But he has
Phil Brooks, a.k.a. CM Punk.
But he has a jiu-jitsu background.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Because, you know what, once he gets his butt handed to him in his very first fight or whatever, you know what's going to happen? He's going to be begging WWE to take him back. Or he's going to be begging TNA to take... He'll be begging ROH to take him back. He'll be begging Global Force.
Well, Josh Barnett was a ring announcer for New Japan.
Oh, well.
And he's back in the octagon fighting.
Oh, well. New Japan wrestling is a lot different than WWE.
Well, they're more MMA type style fighters over there.
And come on, their biggest draw, what, after he left WWE was Brock Lesnar?
Not really. Cain Velasquez is pretty good. Brock Lesnar couldn't hang with Cain Velasquez. I don't know who your biggest heavyweight is right now in boxing.
Well, like I said, even though I don't like him, Deontay Wilder. And the Klitschko brothers.
Well, I don't know much about them.
Both of them got half the world titles.
I just know if you throw a leg in a boxer, they'll probably collapse or won't never see it coming. Or can they hang in... Let's see if Pacquiao actually can handle in the ring with octagon, or one of those guys can go ground and pound or submissions.
Well, you know, maybe Floyd Money Mayweather can.
I doubt it.
But,
all he cares about is money and boxing. That's not really a good draw.
Well, that is a good draw. People pay to see him lose. That's how much they hate him. They pay to see him lose.
And he never loses.
What's been UFC's top draw the past few years? Not to sound sexist, I'm not a sexist pig. Their top draw has been a female by the name of Ronda Rousey, who just recently lost her first fight, which, you know, was a shocker.
To a kickboxer.
Yeah, but it was still a shocker. Yeah, and, you know, the second part
Ronda
of that
Rousey should have won the ground.
Second part of that equation is probably why, because boxers are better than MMA.
I doubt it.
You know,
if they go to submission, a boxer would tap out in a minute. Rear naked choke would make them... Actually, they'll probably just pass out or get tap out.
Or they just punch their way out, and these freaking MMA fighters will back off like, oh. Dana White will be like, no, don't hurt my endurance, or don't hurt my, what's a
And don't insult me, I don't like Bellator too much.
Oh, Bellator.
Bellator is just wimps. They do that stupid tournament, then they crown a champion or whatever they crown. I don't have no idea.
And how many great legends do we have about MMA fight? How many great MMA fighter legends do we got?
Randy Couture.
He's an actor now.
Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell. What happened to him? He's freaking doing freaking
Rampage Jackson.
motor oil freaking commercials.
I can't really say much there, but they've had a lot of greats.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of greats in boxing too. Since it's February, let me bring up Black History Month. You know how many boxers get honored on Black History Month? All the great ones like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, but them are past guys. We're talking about present.
Doesn't matter. Chuck Fatdell, he's freaking past guy too.
I'm talking about the guys today, like Conor McGregor, the Diaz brothers, the freaking who else we have?
I'm talking about guys today too. You got the Klitschko brothers. You got Deontay Wilder, as much as I hate him. You got Floyd Money Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao, steroid junkie.
How's he a steroid junkie?
Ah,
That guy believes in God.
God, my butt. Then when he goes to fight Floyd, oh, I was not feeling good. Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, rather it was an excuse or rather he just got outboxed and he used the shoulder for an excuse, it doesn't matter.
I like some boxing, but I'm more of an MMA guy because it's more exciting to watch. You throw a foot in there, you kick them, or you go ground and pound, or you see someone just get clearly knocked out with a spinning backhand punch.
Well, what's better? To me,
Boxing,
it's more entertaining to see a guy get punched in his face several times until he gets knocked out.
You get that in MMA too.
Yeah.
They go ground, or if they start to fall, they go on top of them and start drilling them. That's fun to watch too.
Alright, I got another fact here. How many movies are there about MMA compared to movies about boxing?
Not very many. Actually, Warrior was one.
Oh yeah, one Jake Gyllenhaal movie. Or was it someone else?
It was Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, and it had Kurt Angle in it.
Oh.
And then you had a lot of wrestlers that said back in the day before they would have done wrestling, they would probably done MMA.
Yeah.
Like The Undertaker.
Yeah, Undertaker would probably be running back to WWE just like CM Punk will once he's.
Well, he said if it was popular back then. I don't think CM Punk's going to do half bad.
CM Punk, good wrestler, not a good MMA fighter.
Well, he has amateur wrestling.
You could have went to TNA, you could have went to Glow before, you could have went back and begged Ring of Honor for your job back. Or New Japan.
He saw how the wrestling business was, and that's because of Vince McMahon, and let's just leave that at that.
And then also you got the former Green Ranger in the world of martial arts trying to get on UFC.
Well, he had martial art background.
Come on now. UFC won't put Jason David Frank, who is a true martial artist, freaking on their roster, but they'll take CM Punk and make CM Punk their freaking guy because they want to make money off of the success he had in the WWE.
Well, they got to bring in more people to MMA with big names. And wrestling names are very popular right now.
Yeah.
So
you don't think Jason David Frank would bring names in? I think he would.
He'd probably bring in a lot of fans from the 90s from Power Rangers.
And bringing a lot of fans now. Jason David Frank is an awesome guy. I've never got to meet him, but I've heard a lot of people talk about when they meet him, he's like one of the most down-to-earth guys ever.
We're talking about guys that didn't actually do pretty well in MMA. But Bobby
David
Lashley's
Frank
done pretty good.
Jason David Frank's good. He's pretty good down there in the amateur ranks. He should be up there on UFC.
Or even Bellator.
Oh. But no, we got CM Punk.
Well, Bobby Lashley still does MMA.
Oh yeah, and back to the movie thing. We got Rocky movies. We got Raging Bull, one of Robert De Niro's best movies ever. Even in Pulp Fiction, it was about a boxer. Part of it was.
Well, most of the MMA movies are made by UFC.
Let's see, we got a ton of other freaking ones too. I just can't think of them offhand. And how many of them made? Warrior with Tom Hardy.
You got a bunch of tap out movies. I don't know what they're about, but
that's because MMA is tapping out the boxing.
they're not tapping out. Let's just see if one of them. Let's see if an actual boxer can actually make it over in UFC.
We've had.
If they go
happen.
against kickboxers or.
Actually, we've had that happen with one guy, James Toney, who was overrated as a boxer anyway. And that's why I won't latch on to someone like Deontay Wilder, because, James Toney, I believed in him, and then look how bad he turned out to be. He sucked in boxing. And then, that's why I'm not going to jump on the Deontay Wilder.
I still don't understand why Dana White hasn't got Bobby Lashley a chance in UFC. Because he's 10-2 in the I think 10-3 or 10-2 in Strikeforce / whatever he's in now, Bellator.
Speaking of, Dana White, Jason David Frank has been saying, let me be CM Punk's first freaking opponent. But no, Dana White don't want that.
Dana White's all about big names, wrestling names.
Jason David Frank is still a big name. And plus, he's made sportswear for that freaking company.
Yeah, but you gotta figure Dana White's all about names and all about other stuff besides guys that actually can truly fight.
Yeah, exactly. And see, boxing, we're about guys that can box.
And
that are good at the art of boxing. That can
to me, just boxing.
Take a pounding and give a pounding and not get tired after 3 rounds. Or, not be a Brock Lesnar who thought he was
3 rounds in
and
UFC. 3 rounds in MMA is a whole lot different than 3 rounds in boxing. Because boxing, you can dance around for a few and punch, back up, keep on punching. If I'm not
mistaken, can't you back up? Can't you block in MMA as well?
Most of those guys go at full blast. They want to get the fight over with. They don't get paid by the hour.
Can't you avoid the little thing where it's like, oh, no.
I think you get paid more by depending how much you knock them out in the first round, second round, or make them tap out.
Wow.
Plus, how long is boxing? Like 3-minute rounds, 2?
Yeah, about 2-minute rounds.
2-minute rounds? MMA is 5-minute rounds.
Yeah, but see,
you get 15 minutes in that, and then you unless you're the championship, then you get 5-minute rounds.
And like an incident with UFC, I recall, me and you ordered that one.
Oh, that was a disappointment.
One of their biggest matches was hyped up, and it ended up being just an annihilation.
A knockout in 13
of a dinosaur
seconds.
In that sport. And
where's Tito Ortiz now? Nowhere to be found.
Oh, yeah.
So, actually, he's
Bellator,
whatever the heck that is.
Well, it seems like all these MMA fighters, seems like they always run to the wrestling business after they've made their name in the MMA world.
Well, Chuck Liddell and Randy Couture made their name for years, and back in the day, MMA used to be about...
That was back in the day. We're talking about currently.
Well, back in the day, you used to wear shoes in MMA. I don't think anybody done that. You guys can't kick. All you guys do is punch. And if you guys go to the ground, you can't get on top of them and start drilling on them.
Well, yeah. I'll give them that. But, still.
Plus, I don't know if you guys can actually handle being wrestlers or jiu-jitsu experts or whatever. Because if they go to the ground, they'll make them tap in less than a few minutes, depending on how fast they are.
Well, there's a lot of adorns in boxing. And also another guy I could throw out there, Canelo Alvarez, one of the top, I believe, middleweight contenders, one of the top middleweight stars in the world of boxing. Then we got another guy who's Amari Cooper or something like that, who's doing pretty well as well.
You got your guys, I got my guys.
And we got the Klitschko brothers. Up until the one Klitschko lost his belt to some other guy, which he might get back.
Boxing's problem is they got too many titles.
Yeah, well.
MMA, you got one title and one weight class.
Well, with all the promoters in boxing and all the guys
You don't
and how
have-
they rank the guys and how they judge
What's your
them.
most prestige title right now in boxing? You guys got so many titles in every class.
It depends on who's got what belt and who does the most with that belt. Which that's a discussion I will be getting into when the next roundtable.
UFC only has one title.
Yeah, but if they had all the promoters and all these freaking guys who believe they should be champion, and the way freaking boxing ranks their top 10 in that, if I had all these promoters and that in the UFC, they'd be doing the same thing boxing's doing.
Yeah, but we only have different things. We had Pride. They're gone.
Yeah, which you unified all the belts with the Pride belts. But,
Bell.
I just got to keep pounding and pounding and pounding away until I get that KO.
KO.
Because John is not going to make me tap out.
Well.
Oh, yeah, and tap out. That sounds like something you do in wrestling. Like, oh.
Well, jiu-jitsu, you got arm bars, you got rear naked choke. Ain't none of that fake stuff wrestling does.
Yeah, but still, you got the word tap out. Oh, we tap out because we like to do the wrestling style. In fact, Dana White is going to...
You got amateur wrestling and MMA. You got jiu-jitsu experts. You got kickboxers. You got maybe some boxers.
Dana White's even being considered a possible younger Vince McMahon.
And if Dana White was out of UFC, I guarantee UFC would be better off.
Well, who knows, but I guess that'll wrap up this video. I believe I won.
I believe I won.
Let you guys know in the comments section, do you agree with me or do you agree with JC? Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more. Follow me on my Facebook fan page, Mr. Hornsby83. Topics, follow me on Twitter at Mr. Hornsby83. And until the next video, peace out.